doing in this hot weather?
Great.
I'm so comfortable.
So comfortable?
Full of beans.
Well, I'm with Double Star today, Boston Cambridge local band, and they are self-claimed ska-adjacent pop rock band from Boston. So, currently they're mini touring, and I actually stumbled upon you guys on your mini tour in Aeronaut, which is down that way, and now we have this interview, which is wild. I love it.
That's how things happen sometimes.
Yep, that's how things happen, and I'm so happy that you guys are here to join me for an interview.
Sure.
Yeah. So
we like talking about ourselves.
I hope so.
Some of us like talking about ourselves.
So I have a few questions. One question is, if you had like your favorite venue to play in Boston, what would it be? What's your like?
Should we go
go-to
around?
venue?
Start with
Yeah.
Bill.
Bill's
Start with Matt. And come
Why
My
don't you
goodness,
start?
people. Okay, I'm talking. I'll start. It's hard to pick a favorite venue. We certainly wouldn't want to leave anybody out. So I'm going to start with our very first venue, and a venue we play frequently called the Midway Cafe in Jamaica Plain.
Sweet. And then, can you also say your name?
Sure. I'm Haiti Janik. Do you want me to say like what I do in the band?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the lead singer, songwriter, trumpet player, guitarist.
Awesome.
Indeed.
And I think we should just go around in a
Sure.
circle.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think I second Haiti in that picking a favorite feels, they each have their idiosyncrasies and special qualities. Let's see, a favorite would be once in Boynton Yard, they did like an outdoor series over last summer and maybe the summer before, and we've gotten to play some shows there, and that's just like super fun. There's food and there's entertainment. I mean, but yeah, so that's arguably right. We're arguably entertaining. And I'm Leah, and I play keys, saxophone, and backup vocals, and occasional hand percussion when required.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm Dill, I'm the bass player. And I actually don't have any strong feelings about a particular venue, but I love it when people show up. Any venue we have, when there's people there, and people are dancing, it's my favorite venue. So that's really, it could be on the street corner, in an arena, it doesn't matter, as long as there's people there.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
having a good time.
Well, I'd hope so. I hope there's people there. All right, and now it's your
I'm
turn.
Dave. I play guitar in Double Star. And favorite venue, I'm going to go out of the box and say Somerville Porch Fest. Is a particular driveway that belongs to my partner's coworker.
Oh,
And,
nice.
It's a huge crowd every year, and it's good energy. And, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And lastly?
I'm Matt. I play the drums, and I'm with Bill on that one.
Oh,
Any
sweet.
venue with a lot of people.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that notion. I feel like you should definitely play a venue with a lot of people.
It's a lot more fun when there's a crowd. I agree.
Yeah. So, my next question is, on your guys' merch table, you have a pin that states, "Ask me about my dumb band." Well, I'm asking you about your smart band, but also I'm asking you about like what inspired you to make merch that way. Yeah.
That's really a Dave question.
Yeah, so that's my project. I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I get silly ideas, and so I just ordered these pins one night. I designed the pins, I ordered these pins, and I was like, this is gonna be fun. And I figured I'd give them to people, and it would just encourage people to check out local music, and maybe like your coworker who doesn't even know you're in a band, because maybe you're not the kind of person who talks about it constantly. It'd just be like a fun thing, like after my dumb band. And at the same time, I was trying to think of like a theme for like a compilation to do for local bands. And then they kind of merged in my head, and I was like, oh right, I should do like
Okay.
Ask me about my dumb bands. And,
So you're the marketing brains, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Well, me and Leah are kind of the main marketing team.
Yeah, right.
I would guess,
The voice on our social media is typically mine, for better or worse. I am our main social media user, and so therefore that aspect, I guess I take ownership of. But yeah, no, the Ask Me About My Dumb Band pin, the compilation, that was Dave's brainchild, and so that was a compilation that released June 1st, it has a bunch of
At the
local-
Midway Cafe.
At the Midway Cafe.
Yeah, Midway Cafe.
A bunch of mostly Boston bands, each contributing a different song, and it's pretty quality.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the merch table. I saw some quality merch, and I think that not a lot of bands get asked marketing questions, so I thought I'd start off with that. And I guess my second question to that is, what is your guys' sound, and how would you describe your sound, and what would you do with your sound moving forward? Because I know that it's a ska adjacent, so it has a lot of synth pop influences. But it also has a lot of brass section. It also has some really hard drums. And I really enjoyed your guys' set. And I did leave early, by the way, because I had to go rush over to SMC and like do some work over there. But I honestly really enjoyed your guys' set overall. But yeah, what would you want to do with your sound for the future?
You mean you couldn't stay for a full 3-hour set
No, the set was 3 hours.
Yeah.
that you stumbled upon and didn't choose to go to?
Well, I really enjoyed it. I would have stayed for 3 hours.
So I'll let you in on some Double Star secrets. So a lot of our songs, the vast majority of our songs are based on guitar riffs that Dave comes up with.
Yeah.
Some that he has been sitting on or dreaming about or forgot about, then found again from his late teens, I think.
True.
Yeah. So it's just like there's just a lot of guitar riffs out there. And when we first met and formed this band, he had shared some of those, and I was to do my next music project, and they're very catchy. And I was like, oh, I can totally write a song around that. So he wrote a ton of riffs and needed someone to write a song around it. And I am fairly limited in my knowledge of all the chords, and I'm more of a lead person anyway, and so it was a perfect fit because I've written a lot of songs before Dave, but they are less interesting, I would say. So I really enjoyed his riffs, and that just keeps going. So we initially started out as a kind of a guitar, pop rock band, probably drawing from 90s and punk influences.
Definitely was. It sounded a lot like kind of stuff. Which
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drew me right in.
And then so we got the band together, and we've written a bunch of guitar songs, and then I wrote a lead guitar part, but in my head I heard it on trumpet. Mm-hmm. And I used to play the trumpet like in middle school, and I had always carried my trumpet around, and I busted it out here and there, but
Yeah.
I definitely was not very good at it anymore. And I was like, but this should be played on a trumpet. So I played it on the trumpet, figured it out, and brought it to the band, asking them to consider that it's a crappy old trumpet that I've been carrying around for a couple decades, and all that. And they were like, yes, that sounded terrible, but keep going. And then Leah says, I used to play saxophone. So she busted out her old saxophone, although she played all through high school and such. I went to school for music, but not for saxophone. But anyway, so that's how the horn stuff started, and that absolutely was a turning point of our sound, because then we had horns.
Right.
And you can go anywhere from 50s doo-wop to through to Bruce Springsteen.
Right. I mean, I think
pop.
one ska band that everybody knows and is really familiar is No Doubt, but it's also like very pop as well. I wouldn't describe your guys' sound as much as No Doubt, but I would describe it as kind of eclectic mix of Montreal. So it does have that sort of indie alternative touch to it. But I also think that there's a lot of ska bands out there that are very similar. I'm trying to think of one ska band, if you guys can help me out.
What's that band that has the two female
Yeah,
singers
yeah,
from
Dance Hall Crashers.
Dance Hall Crashers? And
And
if
then-
you don't know them, check them out.
Yeah, the other influence that I also heard was Sleater Kinney.
Oh yeah, totally.
Dave and I
Yeah.
totally just saw them a few weeks.
Yeah, but I've been a big fan since '90s.
And I've been trying to not be a big fan. So
Yeah.
Is it working?
not anymore. Now that I've seen them live, oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I think it honestly sounds like a lot of influences that we just talked about. So I think that's really important, incorporating that. And you were talking about song sharing, and I think song sharing is a perfect way to start songwriting, in general.
Dave and I will go back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
It's like the postal service, but we live 5 minutes apart. but he'll record, send it to me. I'll do my part. Sometimes I'll rearrange things. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's perfect as is. Depends. And then we bring it to the band, and everyone gets to kind of add their own embellishments based on what the ideas we've given. Like we'll both write keyboard parts, for example. Leah you jump in, but actually just jump in. So we write a keyboard part, and then Leah
plays it. No, I mean, there's always room for like ideas, and even for once it's in the band, restructuring, thinking about like, does this need a third bridge? Maybe it does. It needs to be spiced up, spiced down.
Drag out fights.
Right. Maybe it
He's
needs. Maybe it needs clave. Maybe it needs, who knows what instrument's coming next? Because frankly, I think that's the new frontier.
we joke all the time that maybe it needs one of us to like do a headstand, like because we're already doing so much. Like sometimes
Yeah.
Ridley and I are like putting things down, picking them up. Like I've actually dropped things just to get them on my way to get something faster, and it's just.
Right. I think the latest example, I thought I needed a Wiro holder because the transition for getting it back out for the song was too quick to like reach down, and I'm not sure that those are made. So maybe there's a market opening for me.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I don't think it exists, and I'm the only one who needs it.
So I also wanted to ask, how had this effect of starting a band affected your day-to-day lives? Because starting a band, a local band, is such a grind. So if you have like any advice for people who are starting bands and talk about like how it affects your day-to-day lives and what you want to do with the band for the near future.
Oh, I have something on this. Yeah. My advice would be to, well, this is my own like personal thing. Was like, stop trying to be in a band with your friends. Like, meet people who really want to be in a band, and then make those people your friends. Because I feel like there's so many people who are just not. Like, if you really want to do this, you really want to like spend, every week practicing, play out several times a month, all the logistics, all the booking. Like, it's a lot of work, and you got to have people who are really committed to it.
That's true.
And I think a lot of people just because they play guitar or whatever.
But,
It definitely is it's a lot to take on. So I think you got to get with people who really want to do it.
Yeah. I think I definitely agree. I think when I started my band a long time ago, it was like just a bunch of friends from community college. And we were just experimenting. Some people knew music theory, some didn't. And I think that's how it usually goes. But yeah, I agree with your stance,
Yeah.
I agree with your stance, sir. So,
Does anybody else have input on that? I'm curious.
yeah, anybody else?
Yeah. Advice.
I'm kind of with Dave on that. It's tough to find other people who want to put in as much work as you on any given project. And, you find people who want to do a lot more. You find people who want to do a lot less. They're just doing it for funsies. So that's really the struggle of it. But
Yeah.
as far as the day-to-day, it doesn't change it. I'm playing different music on drums, but I was always playing a lot of music anyway.
I see.
I think I'll just add that I think there are a few of us for whom I think this, like Double Star, this project is our first sort of real, or like close to our first sort of real, like functional long-term band. And it's not too late, like I think we're youthful, we've got some joie de vivre, but we are not perhaps the youngest of spring chickens. It's not too late, like, do it up. We play out all the time, and like, life is busy, things are crazy, but like, if you're into it, it's totally worth it.
Nice.
We're usually not the youngest bands, but we've come across some that are way older.
Yeah, we're not the
It really does run
Yeah.
the gamut. I was just going to say, for me, music, if I'm not playing music, I'm not living my life to the fullest. So I need to be in a band.
Yeah, I figure I've been doing this since I've been a teenager. You can't really just stop. I've tried stopping a few times, like just giving up. It's like it's just not going to work, and let's just not do the band thing anymore for a while.
Yeah.
And after a couple of years, I get itchy and I miss it. I even miss just the practicing. So sort of like if you were like a basketball player all the way up through your pro career, and then you stopped. Would
Yeah.
you just stop shooting hoops after that, or would you every day just decide, you know what, I did it my entire life, I can't stop now?
You get a
Sort of
little
feel
bit
the same way.
addicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always call music or just like songwriting an addicted obsession, really, you know, so I think that in a positive way, of course.
Well, and also as a bass player, you can play bass on your own all you want,
Yeah.
but it sucks compared to actually playing with other people. And so, like, you know, that's my main motivating factor is like getting out there and actually being able to like play this instrument with other people on a regular basis makes it worthwhile. 'Cause, you know, just doing it in your living room or whatever is
Yeah.
pretty dull.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of music, I'm going to ask you guys a music theory question. It'll be just really quick, and we can go around in a circle one more time. What is your guys' favorite chords?
Dave.
G.
G.
Wow.
G chord, okay.
It does a lot.
GCD.
One chord.
Nice, nice.
All right.
She said
I'm
chords.
going to throw out. I feel like a C9, like a C9 is a tasty morsel.
Nice.
I like singing.
Yeah, right. Who doesn't?
I think you need something to do.
Yeah, as a bass player, the chords, you know,
Sort of note.
they're like, yeah, I like the root of them all, and some of the the fifth as well. No, but I have to land on G though. It's the sort of the killer.
It's a classic for a
Yeah,
reason.
Yeah.
Nice.
does a lot.
Drummer here, what are those letters you're talking about?
I mean,
You play it.
what about rhythm, syncopation, maybe your favorite type of rhythm?
Oh, jeez.
Paradigm. No, that's the only thing.
I'm into the 6-stroke roll lately.
All right, I'll tell you this. My favorite chord or chords is G sharp. So,
Ah.
G sharp and not A flat.
yeah, not A flat, not A flat. Nope.
Just a major chord
why
or
be
all
flat
G
when you can be
sharps?
sharp?
That's
Like H and something.
yeah, definitely H.
I like to shout out to A minor though, because I really dig the A minor stuff. G, C, A minor, D.
Shout out to A minor.
Shout out to
Really
A
good, too.
minor. Add that G on the top, and you've got
So like
a little
almost all the
flavor.
chords in C.
Well, G, just like we're in G.
Oh, that's true.
All right, this is not going to become Leah's music theory hour. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could actually ask a pretty deep music theory
Well,
question. and
I'd
that's
have to
something I
take you
wanna
guys
shoot
to
people here.
Berkeley for that, and I don't want to do that. So. All right, so I just want to say that my personal favorite song off of your guys' new album is The Wonder and Mayhem. I really like it.
That's our old album, but that's awesome.
Oh, it's your old album.
It's our oldest, yeah.
Okay. Well, is there going to be a new AP soon?
If
When
I
did-
get my way, yes, but probably not.
We are pretty slow to get into the studio because we're a very busy working band
Yeah.
and writing
Yeah.
band, and we practice once a week. Like I think we could practice way more than that, but we all have jobs and families, etc. So it's hard. And recording is a big deal. But I think we're looking towards the fall. We're saying maybe the fall.
Yeah, I think we're going to release something, secret project, in the fall.
Are you looking at me?
Yeah. Wait. What?
No, I'm just looking at the
This is a
sun.
secret to me, too.
This is a secret to everyone here but to you.
Dave?
Yeah, there's a secret double star project coming in the fall, and then and then we're gonna hit the
Oh,
studio.
I'm not going to say what it is because I think you're saying it's secret, but I think I know what it is.
Yeah, all right.
We're gonna find
Okay.
out. What
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds great. Well, I love to be the keeper of secrets. I love to be the keeper of secrets.
And Dave and I are hoping to on Bandcamp maybe put out some of
Yeah.
our solo stuff. And
Yeah,
Oh.
we got,
collaborating with others, and we're
Yeah.
going to put some stuff out there.
yeah.
you
we got a
guys
little
do
side project.
Bandcamp Friday? No?
When we remember.
When you guys remember? I need everyone to do Bandcamp Friday, especially to support local bands and artists.
Because all the money goes directly to the bands.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, screw Spotify. And that's my message. All right. Well, lastly, are you guys ready to ask the Magic 8 Balls a question? Yes?
Sure.
Okay. So go ahead and grab one magic 8-ball, and we'll do like 3, and then maybe
2.
2,
How many are there?
and then or maybe you know what we can do.
we could have Dave and Haiti be our Magic 8 representatives.
Okay.
How about the person
Yeah.
with a question?
Yeah, that can work.
Does it? I don't have a question.
Can it be? Is this? Are we talking like off the top of our heads questions here, or band related stuff specifically?
Anything. It could be band related. It could be off
What's the
the top of
direction?
your
All right, I got
head.
Because otherwise, I'm all over the place.
I know, it's like Haiti's gonna be like, what do you think the weather's tomorrow?
Or I'm gonna be like, do you think we'll ever meet aliens?
Holy shit, that was my question.
This is why we make such a good team.
Was that really your
Oh wait, were you being
No,
sarcastic?
well, no.
I'm too gullible. Wait, you're not the gullible one.
I am.
I was playing gullible. You're gullible too.
We have met before. Hi. Yes. Dave has a question.
Do you have a question?
You have a question.
I think Dave does not have a question.
You should
Dave has
have.
a
Okay,
question.
are we
Go
ever
ahead,
going to
Dave.
meet aliens? We as in human beings. Or I mean,
In our
Earthlings.
lifetime, maybe?
Yeah, in our lifetime,
Doesn't really count if we're dead.
I suppose. Oh, I can't say. I don't like that answer.
Ah,
Can't say now.
is there microbial life on Europa, and will we find it? Wait, that's a two-parter.
It's a good one. Very specific.
Yeah. As I see it, yes.
Nice.
As I see it, yes.
I don't see
Okay.
why not.
And
And all that.
you know what? We can do one more for a doozy if you wanna shake it.
Do it. We've got it.
You got this, Bill.
It says yes to you. All right, you have to. What's your question?
That's the question. What is the question?
We'll
It
double
has to be
star.
yes, no
We'll double
question.
star record in the
Yeah.
fall.
We'll double start recording in the fall.
It
Yeah,
is
we'll
decidedly
double
no.
Ask again later.
Oh.
Wise,
This thing is right
wise,
on.
Yeah.
It knows it's
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, this has been a great interview overall. Thank you guys for coming over to Somerville Media Center. Thank you, Somerville Media Center, and everybody helping out at the Somerville Media Center. And most importantly, thank you guys. Double Star. Double Star.
Come check us
yeah.
out.
Thanks
Yes,
very
Double
much.
Star
thanks for having
Band.
us.
Follow on
Thanks
Instagram and Bandcamp and Spotify, anywhere where you can stream music. Thank you.